Thee and the devil alike, what ho, Pisanio! The king, my father, shall be made acquainted of thy assault, if he shall think it fit. A saucy stranger in his court to mart, as in a Romish stew, and to expound his beastly mind to us, he hath a court he little cares for, and a daughter who he not respects at all, what ho, Pisanio! Iachimo! O happy Leonatus, I may say, the credit that thy lady hath of thee deserves thy trust and thy most perfect goodness. Her assured credit, blessed live you long, a lady to the worthiest sir that ever country called his, and you his mistress only. For the most worthiest fit, give me your pardon. I have spoke this to know if your affiance were deeply rooted, and shall make your lord that which he is new o'er, and he is one, the truest mannered, such a holy witch, that he enchants societies into him. Half all men's hearts are his. Chapter 999, Imogen. You make amends. Iachimo. He sits mongst men like a descended god. He hath a kind of honor sets him off. More than a mortal seeming, be not angry, most mighty princess, that I have adventured to try your taking of a false report, which hath honored with confirmation your great judgment in the election of a sir so rare, which you know cannot err. The love I bear him made me to fan you thus, but the gods made you unlike all others, chaffless, pray your pardon. Chapter 999, Imogen. All's well, sir, take my power ith court for yours. Iachimo. My humble thanks, I had almost forgot. Entreat your grace, but in a small request, and yet of moment too, for it concerns your lord, myself, and other noble friends, our partners in the business. Chapter 999, Imogen. Pray what is't? Iachimo. Some dozen Romans of us, and your lord, the best feather of our wing, have mingled sums to buy a present for the emperor, which I, the factor for the rest, have done. In France, 'tis plate of rare device and jewels, of rich and exquisite form, their values great. And I am something curious, being strange, to have them in safe stowage, may it please you to take them in protection. Chapter 999, Imogen. Willingly, and pawn mine honor for their safety, since my lord hath interest in them, I will keep them in my bedchamber. Iachimo. They are in a trunk. Attended by my men, I will make bold to send them to you only for this night. I must aboard tomorrow. Chapter 999, Imogen. Oh no, no. Iachimo. Yes, I beseech, or I shall short my word by lengthening my return from Gallia. I crossed the seas on purpose and on promise to see your grace. Chapter 999, Imogen. I thank you for your pains, but not away tomorrow. Iachimo. Oh, I must, madam. Therefore I shall beseech you, if you please, to greet your lord with writing, tonight. I have outstood my time, which is material to tender of our present. Chapter 999, Imogen. I will write. Send your trunk to me, it shall safe be kept. And truly yielded you, you're very welcome. Act 2. Scene 1, Britain, before Cymbeline's palace. Enter Cloten and the two lords. Chapter 150, Oten. Was there ever man had such luck? When I kissed the jack, upon an upcast to be hit away, I had £100 on't, and then a whoreson jackanapes must take me up for swearing, as if I borrowed mine oaths of him, and might not spend them at my pleasure. First Lord. What got he by that? You have broke his pate with your bowl. Second Lord. If his wit had been like him that broke it, it would have run all out. Chapter 150, Oten. When a gentleman is disposed to swear, it is not for any standers-by to curtail his oaths. Ha! Second Lord. No, my lord, nor crop the ears of them. Chapter 150, Oten. Whoreson dog, I gave him satisfaction, would he had been one of my rank. Second Lord. To have smelled like a fool. Chapter 150, Oten. I'm not vexed more at anything in th earth. A pox on't, I had rather not be so noble as I am. They dare not fight with me, because of the queen my mother. Every jack-slave hath his belly full of fighting, and I must go up and down like a cock that nobody can match. Second Lord. You are cock and capon too, and you crow cock with your comb on. Chapter 150, Oten. Sayest thou. Second Lord. It is not fit your lordship should undertake every companion that you give offence to. Chapter 150, Oten. No, I know that, but it is fit I should commit offence to my inferiors. Second Lord. Aye, it is fit for your lordship only. Chapter 150, Oten. Why so I say? First Lord. Did you hear of a stranger that's come to court tonight? Chapter 150, Oten. A stranger, and I not known on't. Second Lord. He's a strange fellow himself, and knows it not. First Lord. There's an Italian come, and 'tis thought one of Leonatus' friends. Chapter 150, Oten. Leonatus, a banished rascal, and he's another whatsoever he be, who told you of this stranger. First Lord. One of your lordship's pages. Chapter 150, Oten. Is it fit I went to look upon him? Is there no derogation? Second Lord. You cannot derogate, my lord. Chapter 150, Oten. Not easily, I think. Second Lord. You are a fool granted, therefore your issues, being foolish, do not derogate. Chapter 150, Oten. Come, I'll go see this Italian. What I have lost today at bowls, I'll win tonight of him. Come, go. Second Lord. I'll attend your lordship. Exeunt Cloten and First Lord. That such a crafty devil, as is his mother, should yield the world this ass, a woman that bears all down with her brain, and this her son cannot take 2 from 20 for his heart, and leave 18, alas, poor princess. Thou divine Imogen, what thou endurst, betwixt a father by thy stepdame governed, a mother hourly coining plots, a wooer, more hateful than the foul expulsion is of thy dear husband than that horrid act of the divorce he'd make. The heavens hold firm, the walls of thy dear honor keep unshacked, that temple thy fair mind, that thou mayst stand. Enjoy thy banished lord and this great land. Scene 2, Britain, Imogen's bedchamber in Cymbeline's palace, a trunk in one corner. Enter Imogen in her bed, and a lady attending. Chapter 999, Imogen. Who's there, my woman Helen? Lady. Please you, madam. Chapter 999, Imogen. What hour is it? Lady. Almost midnight, madam. Chapter 999, Imogen. I have read 3 hours then, mine eyes are weak. Fold down the leaf where I have left, to bed. Take not away the taper, leave it burning. And if thou canst awake by 4:00 clock, I prithee call me, sleep hath seized me wholly. To your protection I commend me, gods, from fairies and the tempters of the night. Guard me, beseech ye. Sleep's Iachimo comes from the trunk. Iachimo. The crickets sing, and man's o'erlabored sense repairs itself by rest. Our Tarquin thus did softly press the rushes ere he wakened. The chastity he wounded, Cytherea. How bravely thou becomst thy bed, fresh lily, and whiter than the sheets that I might touch. But kiss, one kiss, rubies unparagoned. How dearly they dart, tease her breathing that perfumes the chamber thus, the flame oth taper bows toward her and would underpeep her lids. To see enclosed lights now canopied. Under these windows white and azure, lacked with blue of heaven's own tinct, but my design. To note the chamber, I will write all down. Such and such pictures, there the window, such adornment of her bed, the heiress figures. Why such, and the contents oth story. But some natural notes about her body. Above 10,000 meaner movables would testify enrich mine inventory. O sleep, thou ape of death, lie dull upon her, and be her sense but as a monument. Thus in a chapel lying, come off, taking off her bracelet, as slippery as the Gordian knot was hard. 'Tis mine, and this will witness outwardly, as strongly as the conscience does within. To madding of her lord, on her left breast, a mole sinks spotted, like the crimson drops. Bottom of a cowslip, here's a voucher. Stronger than ever law could make, this secret will force him think I have picked the lock and tan. The treasure of her honor, no more, to what end? Why should I write this down, that's riveted? Screwed to my memory, she hath been reading late. The tale of Tereus, here the leaf's turned down. Where Philomel gave up, I have enough. To trunk again, and shut the spring of it. Swift, you dragons of the night, that dawning may bear the raven's eye, I lodge in fear. Though this a heavenly angel, hell is here. 1, 2, 3, time. Exit into the trunk. Scene 3, Cymbeline's palace, an antechamber adjoining Imogen's apartments. Enter Cloten and lords. First Lord. Your lordship is the most patient man in loss, the most coldest that ever turned up ace. Chapter 150, Imogen. It would make any man cold to lose. First Lord. But not every man patient after the noble temper of your lordship. You are most hot and furious when you win. Chapter 150, Imogen. Winning will put any man into courage. If I could get this foolish Imogen, I should have gold enough. It's almost morning, is't not? First Lord. Day, my lord. Chapter 150, Imogen. I would this music would come. I am advised to give her music a mornings. They say it will penetrate. Enter musicians. Come on, tune. If you can penetrate her with your fingering so, we'll try with tongue too. If none will do, let her remain, but I'll never give o'er. First, a very excellent good conceited thing, after a wonderful sweet air with admirable rich words to it, and then let her consider. Song. Hark, hark, the lark at heaven's gate sings, and Phoebus gins arise, his steeds to water at those springs, on chalicked flows that lies, and winking merry buds begin to ope their golden eyes, with everything that pretty is. My lady sweet, arise. Arise, arise. Chapter 150, Oten. So get you gone. If this penetrate, I will consider your music the better. If it do not, it is a vice in her ears which horsehairs and calves, guts, nor the voice of unpaved eunuch to boot, can never amend. Exeunt musicians. Enter Cymbeline and Queen. Second Lord. Here comes the King. Chapter 150, Oten. I am glad I was up so late, for that's the reason I was up so early. He cannot choose but take this service I have done fatherly. Good morrow to your majesty and to my gracious mother. Cymbeline. Attend you here the door of our stern daughter. Will she not forth? Chapter 150, Oten. I have assailed her with musics, but she vouchsafes no notice. Cymbeline. The exile of her minion is too new. She hath not yet forgot him, some more time. Must wear the print of his remembrance on't. And then she's yours. Queen. You are most bound to King, who lets go by no vantages that may prefer you to his daughter. Frame yourself to orderly solicits and be friended. With aptness of the season, make denials. Increase your services, so seem as if you are inspired to do those duties which you tender to her, that you in all obey her, save when command to your dismission tends, and therein you are senseless. Chapter 150, Oten. Senseless, not so. Enter a messenger. Messenger. So like you, sir, ambassadors from Rome. The one is Caius Lucius. Cymbeline. A worthy fellow. Albeit he comes on angry purpose now. But that's no fault of his, we must receive him according to the honor of his sender, and towards himself his goodness forespent on us. We must extend our notice, our dear son, when you have given good morning to your mistress. Attend the queen and us, we shall have need. Employ you towards this Roman, come our queen. Exeunt all but Cloten. Chapter 150, Oten. If she be up, I'll speak with her, if not, let her lie still and dream, by your leave, ho. I know her women are about her, what? If I do line one of their hands, 'tis gold, which buys admittance, oft it doth, yea, and makes Diana's rangers false themselves, yield up. They're dear to stand o stealer, and 'tis gold, which makes the true man killed, and saves the thief. Nay, sometime hangs both thief and true man, what? Can it not do and undo? I will make one of her women lawyer to me, for I yet not understand the case myself. By your leave. Enter a lady. Lady. Who's there that knocks? Chapter 150, Oten. A gentleman. Lady. No more. Chapter 150, Oten. Yes, and a gentlewoman's son. Lady. That's more. Than some whose tailors are as dear as yours can justly boast of. What's your lordship's pleasure? Chapter 150, Odin. Your lady's person, is she ready? Lady. Eyes. To keep her chamber. Chapter 150, Odin. There is gold for you, sell me your good report. Lady. How my good name, or to report of you? What I shall think is good, the princess. Enter Imogen. Chapter 150, Odin. Good morrow, fairest sister, your sweet hand. Chapter 999, Imogen. Good morrow, sir, you lay out too much pains. For purchasing but trouble, the thanks I give is telling you that I am poor of thanks, and scarce can spare them. Chapter 150, Odin. Still I swear I love you. Chapter 999, Imogen. If you but said so, 'twere as deep with me. If you swear still, your recompense is still that I regard it not. Chapter 150, Odin. This is no answer. Chapter 999, Imogen. But that you shall not say I yield, being silent. I would not speak, I pray you spare me, faith. I shall unfold equal discourtesy. To your best kindness, one of your great knowing should learn, being taught, forbearance. Chapter 150, Odin. To leave you in your madness, 'twere my sin. I will not. Chapter 999, Imogen. Fools are not mad folks. Chapter 150, Odin. Do you call me fool? Chapter 999, Imogen. As I am mad, I do. If you'll be patient, I'll no more be mad. That cures us both, I am much sorry, sir. You put me to forget a lady's manners by being so verbal, and learn now for all that I which know my heart do here pronounce. By very truth of it, I care not for you, and am so near the lack of charity. To accuse myself, I hate you, which I had rather you felt than maked my boast. Chapter 150, Odin. You sin against obedience which you owe your father, for the contract you pretend with that base wretch. One bread of alms, and fostered with cold dishes. With scraps court, it is no contract none. And though it be allowed in meaner parties, yet who than he more mean, to knit their souls, on whom there is no more dependency, but brats and beggary in self figured not. Yet you are curbed from that enlargement by the consequence crown, and must not foil the precious note of it with a base slave, a hilding for a livery, a squire's cloth, a pantler not so eminent. Chapter 999, Imogen. Profane fellow, wert thou the son of Jupiter, and no more. But what thou art besides, thou wert too base. To be his groom, thou wert dignified enough, even to the point of envy, if 'twere made comparative for your virtues to be styled the under-hangman of his kingdom, and hated for being preferred so well. Chapter 150, Odin. The south fog wrought him. Chapter 999, Imogen. He never can meet more mischance than come to be but nammed of thee, his meansty garment, that ever hath but clipped his body, is dearer in my respect than all the hairs above thee. Were they all made such men, how now, Pisanio? Enter Pisanio. Chapter 150, Odin. His garment, now the devil Chapter 999, Imogen. To Dorothy, my woman, hie thee presently. Chapter 150, Imogen. His garment. Chapter 999, Imogen. I am sprited with a fool. Frighted and angered worse, go bid my woman search for a jewel that too casually hath left mine arm. It was thy master, shrew me, if I would lose it for a revenue of any king in Europe. I do think I sought this morning, confident I am. Last night 'twas on mine arm, I kissed it. I hope it be not gone to tell my lord that I kiss aught but he. Pisano. 'Twill not be lost. Chapter 999, Imogen. I hope so, go and search. Chapter 150, Imogen. You have abused me. His meanest garment. Chapter 999, Imogen. I said so, sir. If you will make tea an action, call witness to tea. Chapter 150, Imogen. I will inform your father. Chapter 999, Imogen. Your mother too. She's my good lady, and will conceive, I hope. But the worst of me, so I leave you, sir. To worst of discontent. Chapter 150, Imogen. I'll be revenged. His meansty garment, well. Scene 4, Rome, Philario's house. Enter Posthumus and Philario. Posthumus. Fear it not, sir, I would I were so sure. To win the king, as I am bold her honour, will remain hers. Philario. What means do you make to him? Posthumus. Not any, but abide the change of time. Quake in the present winter's state, and wish that warmer days would come, in these feared hopes. I barely gratify your love, they failing. I must die much your debtor. Philario. Your very goodness, and your company o'erpays all I can do. By this your king hath heard of great Augustus, Caius Lucius. Will do's commission throughly, and I think he'll grant the tribute, send arrearages, or look upon our Romans, whose remembrance is yet fresh in their grief. Posthumus. I do believe, statist though I am none, nor like to be, that this will prove a war, and you shall hear. The legions now in Gallia sooner landed in our not fearing Britain than have tidings of any penny tribute paid our countrymen. Are men more ordered than when Julius Caesar smiled at their lack of skill, but found their courage worthy his frowning at. Their discipline, now mingled with their courages, will make known to their approvers they are people such that mend upon the world. Enter Iachimo. Philario. See Iachimo. Posthumus. The swiftest hearts have posted you by land, and winds of all the corners kissed your sails, to make your vessel nimble. Philario. Welcome, sir. Posthumus. I hope the briefness of your answer made the speediness of your return. Iachimo. Your lady is one of the fairest that I have looked upon. Posthumus. And therewithal the best, or let her beauty look through a casement to allure false hearts, and be false with them. Iachimo. Here are letters for you. Postaumus. Their tenor good, I trust. Iachimo. T's very like. Philario. Was Caius Lucius in the Britain court when you were there? Iachimo. He was expected then, but not approached. Postaumus. All is well yet. Sparkles this stone as it was wont, or is't not? Too dull for your good wearing. Iachimo. If I have lost it, I should have lost the worth of it in gold. I'll make a journey twice as far t, in joy. A second night of such sweet shortness which was mine in Britain, for the ring is won. Postaumus. The stone's too hard to come by. Iachimo. Not a whit. Your lady being so easy. Postaumus. Make not, sir. Your loss your sport, I hope you know that we must not continue friends. Iachimo. Good sir, we must. If you keep covenant, had I not brought the knowledge of your mistress home, I grant. We were to question farther, but I now profess myself the winner of her honor, together with your ring, and not the wronger of her or you, having proceeded but by both your wills. Postaumus. If you can make apparent that you have tasted her in bed, my hand and ring is yours, if not the foul opinion you had of her pure honor gains or loses. Your sword or mine, or masterless leaves both. To who shall find them? Iachimo. Sir, my circumstances, being so near the truth as I will make them, must first induce you to believe, whose strength I will confirm with oath, which I doubt not. You'll give me leave to spare when you shall find you need it not. Postaumus. Proceed. Iachimo. First her bedchamber, where I confess I slept not, but profess. Had that was well worth watching, it was hanged with tapestry of silk and silver, the story. Proud Cleopatra, when she met her Roman, and Cydnus swelled above the banks, or for the press of boats or pride, a piece of work so bravely done, so rich, that it did strive in workmanship and value, which I wondered could be so rarely and exactly wrought, since the true life on't was. Postaumus. This is true, and this you might have heard of here, by me, or by some other. Iachimo. More particulars must justify my knowledge. Postaumus. So they must, or do your honor injury. Iachimo. The chimney is south the chamber, and the chimney piece. Chaste Diane bathing, never saw I figures so likely to report themselves. The cutter was as another nature, dumb, outwent her motion and breath, left out. Postaumus. This is a thing which you might from relation likewise reap, being as it is, much spoke of. Iachimo. The roof o.th chamber with golden cherubims is fretted, her andirons, I had forgot them, were two winking cupids of silver, each on one foot standing nicely, depending on their brands. Postaumus. This is her honor. Let it be granted you have seen all this, and praise be given to your remembrance, the description of what is in her chamber, nothing saves the wager you have laid. I achimo. Then, if you can, shows the bracelet. Be pale, I beg but leave to air this jewel, see. And now tease up again, it must be married. To that your diamond, I'll keep them. Postaumus. Jove. Once more let me behold it, is it that which I left with her? I achimo. Sir, I thank her that she stripped it from her arm, I see her yet. Her pretty action did outsell her gift, and yet enriched it too, she gave it me and said, she prised it once. Postaumus. Maybe she plucked it off to send it me. I achimo. She writes so to you, doth she? Postaumus. Oh no, 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 'tis true, here take this too. It is a basilisk unto mine eye. Kills me to look on't, let there be no honor. Where there is beauty, truth, where semblance, love. Where there's another man, the vows of women. Of no more bondage be to where they are made than they are to their virtues, which is nothing. O above measure false. Philario. Have patience, sir, and take your ring again, 'tis not yet won. It may be probable she lost it, or who knows if one her women, being corrupted, hath stolen it from her. Postaumus. Very true. And so I hope he came bite back my ring. Render to me some corporal sign about her. More evident than this, for this was stolen. I achimo. By Jupiter, I had it from her arm. Postaumus. Hark you, he swears, by Jupiter he swears. 'Tis true, nay, keep the ring, 'tis true, I am sure. She would not lose it, her attendants are all sworn and honorable, they induct to steal it. And by a stranger, no, he hath enjoyed her. The cognizance of her incontinency is this, she hath bought the name of whore thus dearly. There take thy hire, and all the fiends of hell divide themselves between you. Philario. Sir, be patient. This is not strong enough to be believed. Of one persuaded well of. Postaumus. Never talk on't. She hath been colted by him. I achimo. If you seek for further satisfying under her breast, worthy the pressing, lies a mole right proud of that most delicate lodging, by my life. I kissed it, and it gave me present hunger. To feed again, though full, you do remember this stain upon her. Postaumus. Aye, and it doth confirm another stain, as big as hell can hold. Were there no more but it? I achimo. Will you hear more? Postaumus. Spare your arithmetic, never count the turns. Once and a million. I achimo. I'll be sworn. Postaumus. No swearing. If you will swear you have not, don't, you lie. And I will kill thee, if thou dost deny. Thou'st made me cuckold. I achimo. I'll deny nothing. Postaumus. Oh, that I had her here, to tear her limb meal. I will go there and dart, ith court before her father, I'll do something. philario. Quite besides, the government of patience, you have won. Let's follow him and pervert the present wraths he hath against himself. I achimo with all my heart. Scene 5, Rome, another room in Philario's house. Enter Posthumus. Posthumus. Is there no way for men to be, but women? Must be half-workers, we are all bastards. And that most venerable man which I did call my father was I know not where. When I was stamped, some coiner with his tools made me a counterfeit, yet my mother seemed the Diane of that time, so doth my wife. The nonpareil of this, oh vengeance, vengeance! Me of my lawful pleasure she restrained, and prayed me oft forbearance, did it with a pudency so rosy, the sweet view might well have warmed old Saturn, that I thought her as chaste as unsunned snow. Oh, all the devils! This yellow Iachimo in an hour, wast not, or less at first, perchance he spoke not but like a full-acorned boar, a German one. Cried oh, and mounted, found no opposition. But what he looked for should oppose, and she should from encounter guard, could I find out the woman's part in me, for there's no motion that tends to vice in man, but I affirm it is the woman's part, be it lying, note it. The woman's, flattering, hers, deceiving, hers. Lust and rank thoughts, hers, hers, revenges, hers. Ambitions, covetings, change of prides, disdain. Nice longing, slanders, mutability. All faults that man may name, nay, that hell knows. Why hers in part are all, but rather all. For even to vice, they are not constant, but are changing still. One vice, but of a minute old for one. Not half so old as that, I'll write against them. Detest them, curse them, yet tease greater skill. In a true hate, to pray they have their will. The very devils cannot plague them better. Act 3. Scene 1, Britain, a hall in Cymbeline's palace. Enter in state Cymbeline, Queen, Cloten and lords at one door, and at another Caius, Lucius and attendants. Cymbeline. Now say, what would Augustus see a Czar with us? Lucius. When Julius see a Czar, whose remembrance yet lives in men's eyes, and will to ears and tongues be theme and hearing ever, was in this Britain, and conquered it, Cymbeline thine uncle. Famous in CSR's praises no whit less than in his feats deserving it, for him and his succession granted Rome a tribute, yearly £3,000, which by thee lately is left untendered. Queen, and to kill the marvel shall be so ever. Chapter 150, Oten. There be many CSRs ere such another Julius. Britain is a world by itself, and we will nothing pay for wearing our own noses. Queen, that opportunity, which then they had to take from's, to resume, we have again, remember sir my liege, the kings your ancestors, together with the natural bravery of your isle, which stands as Neptune's park, ribbed and palled in, with rocks unscalable and roaring waters, with sands that will not bear your enemies' boats, but suck them up to topmast, a kind of conquest. See a Czar made here, but made not here his brag, of came and saw and overcame, with shame. The first that ever touched him, he was carried from off our coast, twice beaten, and his shipping. Poor ignorant baubles, on our terrible seas, like eggshells upon their surges cracked, as easily gainst our rocks, for joy whereof the famed Cymbeline, who was once at point, O giglot fortune, to master sea Asar's sword, made Lud's town with rejoicing fires bright, and Britain's strut with courage. Chapter 150, Oten. Come, there's no more tribute to be paid. Our kingdom is stronger than it was at that time, and, as I said, there is no moe such sea Asar's. Other of them may have crooked noses, but to owe such straight arms, none. Cymbeline. Son, let your mother end. Chapter 150, Oten. We have yet many among us can gripe as hard as Cymbeline. I do not say I am one, but I have a hand. Why tribute? Why should we pay tribute? If sea Asar can hide the sun from us with a blanket, or put the moon in his pocket, we will pay him tribute for light. Else, sir, no more tribute, pray you now. Cymbeline. You must know, till the injurious Romans did extort this tribute from us, we were free, see Asar's ambition, which swelled so much that it did almost stretch the sides o.th world against all colour here, did put the yoke upons which to shake off becomes a warlike people whom we reckon ourselves to be. Chapter 150, Oten. We do. Cymbeline. Say then to sea Asar, our ancestor was that mulmutious which ordained our laws, whose used the sword of sea Asar, hath too much mangled, whose repair and franchise shall by the power we hold be our good deed. Though Rome be therefore angry, mulmutious made our laws. Who was the first of Britain which did put his brows within a golden crown, and called himself a king? Lucius. I am sorry, Cymbeline, that I am to pronounce Augustus C. Asar. C. Asar, that hath moe kings his servants then. Thyself domestic officers, thine enemy. Receive it from me, then, war and confusion. In C. Asar's name pronounce I 'gainst thee, look. For fury not to be resisted, thus defied. I thank thee for myself. Cymbeline. Thou art welcome, Caius. Thy C. Asar knighted me, my youth I spent much under him, of him I gathered honour, which he to seek of me again, perforce, behoves me keep at utterance. I am perfect, that the Pannonians and Dalmatians for their liberties are now in arms, a precedent, which not to read would show the Britons cold. So C. Asar shall not find them. Lucius. Let proof speak. Chapter 150, Oten. His Majesty bids you welcome. Make pastime with us a day or two, or longer. If you seek us afterwards in other terms, you shall find us in our salt water girdle. If you beat us out of it, it is yours. If you fall in the adventure, our crows shall fare the better for you, and there's an end. Lucius. So, sir. Cymbeline. I know your master's pleasure, and he mine. All the remain is welcome. Scene 2, Britain, another room in Cymbeline's palace. Enter Pisanio reading of a letter. Pisanio. How of adultery, wherefore write you not? What monsters her accuse, Leonatus? O master, what a strange infection is fallen into thy ear, what false Italian, as poisonous stung good as handed, hath prevailed on thy too ready hearing, disloyal, no. She's punished for her truth, and undergoes more goddess-like than wife-like such assaults as would take in some virtue, O my master. Thy mind to her is now as low as worth. Thy fortunes, how that I should murder her, upon the love and truth and vows which I have made to thy command, I her blood. If it be so to do good service, never let me be counted serviceable. How look I, that I should seem to lack humanity, so much as this fact comes to dart the letter that I have sent her by her own command, shall give the opportunity, O damned paper, black as the ink that's on thee, senseless bauble. Art thou a fedary for this act, and look'st so virgin-like without? Lo, here she comes. Enter Imogen. I am ignorant in what I am commanded. Chapter 999, Imogen. How now, Pisanio? Pisnio. Madam, here is a letter from my lord. Chapter 999, Imogen. Who, thy lord? That is my lord Leonatus. Oh, learned indeed were that astronomer, that knew the stars as I his characters. He lay the future open, you good gods. Let what is here contained relish of love, of my lord's health, of his content, yet not that we two are asunder, let that grieve him. Some griefs are medicinable, that is one of them, for it doth physic love of his content. All but in that, good wax thy leave, blessed be. You bees that make these locks of counsel, lovers, and men in dangerous bonds pray not alike. Though forfeiters you cast in prison, yet you clasp young Cupid's tables, good news, gods.